forward with disposing of my friend's estate, we're going to take a quick look at the Firebird. This is the Firebird Swinger F-100 4-bil. B-I-L like a bird. This is cute. 40 meter, 20 meter, 15 meter, 10 meter. Whew. Okay. RF Swinger off or on. CW sideband, AM, FM. Bill amp off, bill amp on. Standby operate, power off, power on. I don't know anything about this. I've never seen this in his collection until today. I had a friend of mine reach out, actually a Patreon. He reached out, and what he wants to do is he wants to take the faceplate off and he wants to convert it into something on one of his race cars. Some kind of Firebird thing he's got. And I said, well, hold up. I can't give this away for scrap because I know for a fact these have got some kind of weird cult following that goes along with them. And if it's working, I can't sell it to you for like $25, $30 and then have you cut it all up. I can't do it. It goes against my moral fiber as a human radio amplifier guy. So let's take a quick minute. Let's look at what we got going on here. This is a base unit, by the way. The only other Firebirds I've ever seen were mobiles. So let's pop the lid off. Let's take a quick look on the inside. So here's the inside of this beautiful, beautiful gem. Little tiny plate transformer. It's just got two tubes in it. It's like the inside of a 90A almost. Relay looks in good shape. All the filter caps, none of them look like they're leaking. The high voltage filter caps look like they're in good shape. Let's turn it this way. Apparently something got spilled in here at some point or another, but that's dry. It's the typical 1970s made of tinfoil construction. I mean, these amps were, they just weren't made to, yeah. Well, you all know. You guys are more of an expert than me at some of this stuff for sure. 6LQ, 6MJ, 6JE, 6C. These look like brand new RCAs. So let's see what we get out of this guy here. If it'll even turn on. Let's put it on a variac and bring it up slow. Man, this has got no high voltage leak, or no AC ripple on the tubage. Hope you guys are ready for the unbelievable, overwhelming transmit power of this little 2-tube unit. Let's set our expectations around a Palomar 90A style. The sideband delay works. So I first took the case off, and there was a screw, a nut, and a spacer that were floating around on the inside. So fired it up, everything turned on. Shut it off, made sure the bleeders worked. Safety third. Well, then I go to key it, and I couldn't get anything out of it because the relay wouldn't fire up. Well, I noticed it was missing a screw over here on the receive transmit board, and I went, what are the odds that the one screw that fell out is the one that gives it reference for the keying circuit? So I grabbed an alligator clip one here and touched on the trace, and bloop, the whole thing just came alive. So put the screw back in, put the spacer back in, put a new nut with a keeper on it. And this is what we got. Let's check our the bill amp, or otherwise known as a preamp. It's working. It's definitely generating more static than anything else, but it is working. Power on, operate standby, standby works. Preamp works, sideband delay works, and this is your high-low switch. So swinger on means low, swinger off means high. So, and then our little LED for the bill amp is working. So Here's our sideband delay. We'll look in here. Sideband delay is working perfectly. Hello. Let's put this in standby for a second. So what we've got going on here is this is a 1,000 watt slug-in peak, average, also 1,000 watt. And in the current configuration, I've got a 5 watt slug going forward. Okay, so we got the amplifier in standby. So we're putting a 1/2 watt in it. Put it into operate, boom. So it latches up at a pretty low dead key, which is pretty cool. Let's go up here. Let's take a look at the pass-through real quick. Hello, 1 1 1 1 1 1 1. Hello. Which isn't the greatest in the world, but it's not teabag. Still well within the realm of acceptable. Put the amplifier in operate. Hello, 1 2 1 2. Fine. 1/2 watt, 30 watts going in. It's fine. So, to keep our expectations realistic, let's go ahead and we'll turn this around. Hold on to your undies. 200 watts. Let's go into low mode. 100 and about 60 watts. Let's pull the 1,000 watt slug out. Let's go around over here to the holder of knowledge, the FireBird watt slug holder. And we'll put this in 2x. Now full deflection is 200 watts. Let's see if we can tweak out just a couple more watts out of it. About 195. So now we'll turn the drive up on the radio by increasing its voltage a little bit. Radio is at 12 volts. Let's bring you guys back over here so you're square on the meters again. Now this will put about another 3 or 4 watts of drive into it. I bet you we'll get over 200 now. Hello. Right at 200. So, here's what it is. It does have a little bit of that rust on the inside there, but cosmetically on the outside, it's pretty straight. To me, this is just another sweep tube amp. I know that these things have a lot of cult following to them. Supposedly, I don't know. That's what I've been informed. I've yet to meet the guy that's got the complete FireBird collection, where he's like, yes, look at my FireBird. On an up note, the band selector does actually hook up to extra tank coils and stuff, but let's be fair. Let's live in a world of reality and not fantasy. I would say that this might work on 15, maybe work on 10, but this is primarily designed for 11 meters. All these other bands are hooked up. This is true. But I'm telling you, for 40 meters, that tank coil is way too short. Just way too short. So I don't know. You know what I haven't done? Hello, audio. Hello, audio. The L meter is not working. Well, we're never going to find another one of those. So we're just going to have to sell that as is. As is. I don't know. $200 plus a ride. Or best offer. The guy that wants to buy it for parts and convert it over to something for his race cars offered me $50. But this is a fully functional amplifier short of the meter. It's the only thing I can find that's not working on it. So we'll say $200 plus a ride. I think it's pretty fair-ish. I mean, somebody made me an offer $150, I'd probably take it. So, okay, on that note, I'm gonna run away. I've got quite a few more of these little guys I gotta go through. I do have a couple more Palomar 300s. I have one more 300. And then I've got a Palomar 90A and another 90A. The guys love those 90As, and they love these things too because they're perfect for a driver into like an SB220 or something. That's why I know this has value. It might not go to a collector, even though this thing's in pretty scooching good shape. Let's take a look at the inside of the tin here real quick. It's relatively rust-free. All it's got on is dust. The vinyl on the outside of this thing is in mint condition, so it's got value. I mean, it's got value to it. I'm sure somebody out there that's going to get excited to have this, so I mean, I'd hate to sell this and see it just get cut up so somebody could use it, but I mean, that might be what happens. So anyhow, the first person to send me a message, shoot me, text me, say, hey, I want it. It's all yours, yo. On that note, I'm going to say, gentlemen, I sure appreciate every single one of you guys. Shout out to Siglet, XS, Bird, Coaxial Dynamics, McMahon. And as always, thank you, my Patreons. I appreciate every single one of you, honestly, from the bottom of my heart. And I say it in every video because I'm serious about it. They're willing to help support the channel. They're willing to help me create content. So why would I not be grateful for them? All right, gents, I'll see you. Click, click.